presented by Sprint.
The weekend is finally upon us, and on this Friday night, it's time for the halftime show. The Spurs are fighting for control so far, looking to get back on the right track while the season's still young. We'll see if they can tag on a win here tonight. DeMar DeRozan's come up big for them. He's picked up 4 points and, as usual, is sending away a lot of shots early on. On the other hand, Detroit also been giving its best. An excellent job of getting into the paint, piling up those second chance points. It's been a super display by Blake Griffin. High percentage looks in the first half. Amazing work from the field, shooting in the high 60s. That's big-time bucket violence. Now let's check out the other games still in progress. A tightly contested game for Los Angeles up against New Orleans. Some good action there in the third. We still got a close ball game. Checking out what lies ahead for us. The Timberwolves will face off against the Heat in Miami. 8 p.m. Eastern, that one gets started. Thanks so much for stopping on by. Third quarter just around the corner, so let's get on back out to Kevin and the crew.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Really an incredible game from Murray.
He has that slasher mentality, guys. We saw all the evidence of that in the first half as he continually got to the rim and scored.
Yeah, he had the jetpack on today, Steve, blowing by the defender no matter who they put on.
On the floor for Detroit, Grant is out there with Griffin. Then there's Derrick Rose, and it's Okafor in at the 5. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
Oh, we got a moment to look back to last year's Spurs right now. First in fewest turnovers per game. Second in free throw percentage. And they showed up in the top 5 in three-point percentage. That's elite level when you talk about knocking down threes.
And this is a smart team, Clark, because you talked about the turnovers, #1 in the league in terms of fewest mistakes. And that's when they were at their best. When they controlled the action offensively, they were able to execute without making mistakes. And that allowed them to set up their defense at the other end. And this was a really well-disciplined club. Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Detroit's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. To the middle, and Wright gets it to go on the assist by Rose. Wright's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Pistons. San Antonio trailing here. Here's Murray, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And he finished last season right around 71% from the line. Not exactly the best of percentages.
They've been on fire from the free throw line, and that efficiency has really propelled them forward.
Both free throws good for Murray. The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. It's off his leg, and the ref's saying he kicked it. And the Pistons with possession here. It's stolen.
You know, that was all about anticipation. Just reading that play beautifully and coming away with the steal.
Another shot. Can't get it to go. Rose with some nice D. 4-on-3 break. Rebound San Antonio.
Well, they need a shot or two to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
Again, and DeRozan throws it down.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted for him.
And here's Rose. 13 points in the game. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
Excellent game we've seen from Derrick Rose. He's got 13 points and 6 assists. He's gotten after it on the boards for them as well as in the transition game.
And one's really fed into the other.
Pistons have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line. And he makes the first. He's perfect from the line this time.
You know, he's as close to a sure thing as you can possibly have when he steps to the line.
Spurs shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. outside, White.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Rose with the ball. Now guarded by White. Here are the Spurs with the ball. Here's Murray. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 19 points in the game.
They're spraying them home from mid-range today, guys.
Yeah, reliable weapon, and that's a sign that the offense is working. They're really moving the ball well, finding good opportunities.
And that one's good. And Clark and Steve, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither side really able to create much of a cushion at all. So, you know, which team can make a little run here? We'll see.
And right, here we go. Back to Griffin. All sorts of time. That one wide left.
I'll tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Here's Murray. Connects from three-point range.
That's his first three of the half, so maybe more in store.
Detroit's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the three ball well. Here's Rose. And Aldridge with the block.
Now, they had it going in the first half, but now he's starting to falter.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
And it's Rose penetrating. Okafor can't get it to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Here's Murray. And it's San Antonio with the lead.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
Outside Rose. The step back jumper is good. Rose has got 4 this quarter.
Fellas, he just is struggling to get anything going. Right now, his shooting percentage in the quarter, 20%.
Here's Murray. And another basket for San Antonio. Rose with the ball. He's got 17. Dishes it to Wright. Detroit making a switch here. The Pistons working the ball around now. Jackson, that's good.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively. But what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Pass to Magruder. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now just a 2-point Spurs lead.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Spurs?
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Detroit. Rejected by Mills. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Plenty of space. And he nails the jumper. He's got 5.
I love his kind of mid to long range jump shot. It's a specialty of his, especially in catch and shoot situations.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He's a very skilled catch-and-shoot type of player. I mean, it adds a dangerous element to his game that he can make that jump shot.
That's good. And the Spurs lead by 4. The Pistons have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yep, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
The Spurs making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Jackson drives in. Rose in the post, covered by Mills. Shots good from Stewart.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it. And I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. In 4th, the Spurs.
Seemed like they went through stretches, guys, where they just didn't miss from beyond the arc, and that carried those numbers right up to the top of the list.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Pistons. Grant comes in for Jackson. The Pistons have gone 8 of 16 in the 3rd quarter to put their second-half shooting percentage right at 50%. Here's Johnson. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
Guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
The Pistons trailing. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game, and the next game it'll be played in Los Angeles. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Johnson against Grant. Johnson with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Detroit making a switch here. White's checked in. Grant with a screen on White. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. And a quick look now at how San Antonio's schedule is shaping up. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
Boy, a lot of fans focused on that matchup for New Orleans.
And that one's good.
He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
Pistons trail by 4. White outside. Battles through traffic and lays it in. White's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Johnson kicks to White. Good, and Jackson with the assist that time. White's got 8 points.
And that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over.
Well, you know, he almost seems to enjoy those mismatches, Steve. It gives him a chance to show what a strong finisher he is.
Here's White. The shot is off. Good D by Johnson. Spurs leading by 4. Here's Murray. 30 points in the game. And it's DeRozan missing. And right, here we go. Speed. Johnson with some nice D. Here's Murray. Griffin with the steal. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. It's been a good one. Spurs lead by 4. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the story.
The NBA season blasts off. The Brooklyn Nets go up against the San Antonio Spurs. It's the NBA next Thursday.
we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good.
I don't like it. I love it, love it, love it. Uh-oh. So good it hurts. I don't want it.
The Spurs shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. We've got White. Rudy Gay is up there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Murray in at the 1 spot. That's the San Antonio 5. Right against DeRozan. And right, here we go. Misses in close.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Gay passes to Murray. Here's Aldridge, and he drops him away up off the glass. Aldridge has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Spurs.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
And it's shut back by Aldridge. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the best they can.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Wright. Rose goes in, uses the glass to finish the layup. Rose has got 19 points.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Here's Murray up on top. He's covered by Rose. Hit his foot. And the official saying it was kicked. Pass to Murray. Working on Rose. With the fadeaway. And right on target. Good. 32 points in the game.
Takes such a delicate touch to hit that fadeaway jumper with a man in your face.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Rose. Griffin sets the screen for Rose. And it's good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that.
He kicks it to White. Pass to Murray. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Jackson. The Pistons have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Power down as the whistle blows. A 3-point play chance.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, it's startling that he'd even try that right now.
White is checked in for Jackson. And the free throw, no good. For San Antonio, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Kicks it out to Gay. The 11-footer. Detroit with the rebound.
He can't get anything to drop, and the way he's scoring, I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
No, that might only serve to make things worse, Steve. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Rose, no good.
Well, he did have a 3-pointer in the first half, but so far here in the second, he's come up empty.
Shoots from the elbow. That's good on the jump shot. And the Spurs lead by 2.
Well, he's established himself as one of the league's premier clutch performers, you know, with some unbelievable plays down the stretch of tight ball games.
And, you know, against him, Steve, as an opponent, you need to make sure you're making smart, crisp passes because he's so good at picking off the sloppy loose ones.
Gay passes to Murray. Puts up a 3. Funk that one. He has 35.
He's been on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Right against White. Number 45. And it's off the back rim. No good. San Antonio leading by 5. Launches it. But they'll get another chance. Gay kicks to Aldridge. Stolen by Rose. And here we go. And the dunk by Wright.
So deflating for a team, Clark, coughing up the ball at one end, and then it turns into immediate points at the other end.
And it's just as much of a boost for the team getting those easy points off the steal.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. The game's still in question, but he told his players, guys, this is when it's fun, right? Time is winding down, a close game. This is where you show the preparation and the time you've put in. Kevin, we'll see if they respond.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Rose gets to Okafor. It's rebounded by Ertl. San Antonio's gone into a fight from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Out to White from past the arc. Rebound, Detroit. Okafor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. On its way from Rose for 2. San Antonio with the rebound.
Well, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And here's what the Detroit Pistons schedule looks like. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Here's Murray, who's covered by Rose. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That one is off.
At the line for 2.
That's off as well, so he misses both. Pistons trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that. Maybe the pressure, the weight of expectation starting to sink in now as he looks like he's second-guessing his shot, not letting it go with the same confidence we saw earlier.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Detroit. Free throw off for Murray. For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Okafor dishes to Rose. That's good. Spurs shooting the pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. White the pass to Gill. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Spurs lead by 4. Detroit's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The dish to Grant. Leads him in there. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And here's Rose outside. They get it back. Grant. That's good. Grant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree. You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Murray. On the basket by Rose.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
Here's Murray. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
He is just eating this team alive with his offense. It's going to match up right now.
.51 left in the fourth quarter. Murray. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. San Antonio with the ball. Aldridge kicks to Gay. From the wing. Bullseye. That was a 5-point Spurs lead.
I love it when a player like this shakes off a poor first half and comes back strong like he has, showing a lot of confidence in his game.
Outside Rose. Back to Okafor. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Rose. The shot. Again, the Pistons score.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Into LaMarcus Aldridge. Soft touch off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 5.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
54 seconds left in the game. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Well, maybe that technical will be a springboard for them, especially if they can add a few more. Power punch right there.
Boy, right now it's really tough to stop Rose.
Spurs shooting about 47% here in the fourth. Here's Murray up on top. He's covered by Rose.
Even though he's bite-sized compared to the big man on the floor, he's done some really tall work on the board.
Grant dishes to Griffin. He feeds it to Rose. Kicks it to right. Gay comes over with a double team. Okafor. Aldridge is covering. Okafor, the pass to right. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Griffin. Here's Grant. Misses the tray. Back to Okafor. Outside Rose to take the lead. Bullseye! Time called here as the Spurs decide to talk it over. They're losing by 1. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
It's game time now, Kevin. Down 1. They've got enough time to make a couple of passes here to find the open man. But they've got to bury the shot to win the game.
Here's Griffin. And they commit an intentional foul. Here's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
And now we've got the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the 3 to tie.
Here's White. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come out empty-handed. And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome, but maybe not so much with the margin.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan player of the game, Derrick Rose.